Hi, we're Frida and Michelle, and today we're gonna talk about the worst vice of the contemporary era. Many of us might think that all vices are bad, but when we really reflect on which is the worst of all, we may all disagree. Our world moves fast, causing us to survive these changes, but in this inevitable change, we do not give ourselves the time to reflect. We just continue living, thinking about tomorrow when we should think about what is happening right now. The worst vice of the contemporary era isn't money or power, since those are things we can lose and win again.
We might think of things of value, we think of possessions, people, and intangible things like health and love, but they aren't the worst vices. So, if any other option is used, what is the worst vice of all? The worst vice of all is time. Time is the only thing that no one can have back. Time makes us live in the past, present, or future without actually letting us live or enjoy any of them. This constant move of time makes us think or do things that could make us happy in the future but may not really make us happy right now.
We may believe that time is the worst vice of all because it limits us to live the life we want, but in reality, we're the ones who are enjoying what's before our eyes. Time is given to us to live and enjoy our lives. But thanks to the fact that this vice is the worst of all, we want to take possession of it, as we always do. And we do not realize that when the time has come, it has taken possession of us.
We experience one of the greatest examples of this constant move of time as children, when we realize that eventually we will all die, so we ask the typical question, why do my parents have to work if we are all going to die? But the answer we always got was because we have to. This made us grow with a systematic idea in which one is born to study to work, work to live. But when do we really take the time to live once our life has passed? Many philosophers disagree and we support them.
Time is the most valuable thing a man can spend. According to Theophrastus' philosophy, the value of time lies in the fact that there is so much of it, but once it's used up, it's gone. Unlike the cash we have in the bank, we have no idea how much we actually have. The total is hidden from the view, and all we can calculate is how much we have spent. This philosophical perspective supports our stand about how time is the only resource that cannot be recovered compared to material things.
Time is free, but it's priceless. You can own it, but you can use it. You can keep it, but you can spend it. Once you have lost it, you can never get it back. Time constantly moves forward, but it's up to us to make the most out of it. We need to break the systematic idea that we have talked about before so that we can be able to break this vice, and with this, we don't mean that literally we need to break the time. What we mean is that we need to learn how to control it and give ourselves the time to reflect on ourselves, and on some occasions, even reflect the question the things that surround us, just like the great philosophers do, and used to do.
It is not that we have a little time, but more that we waste a good deal of it. Another philosophy that supports that time is the worst vice of all if you don't take advantage of it is Seneca's philosophy of time, in which he explains that time is given to us in sufficient generous measures that allow us to accomplish greater things. But when it's invited by greed, careless, or not good intentions, we perceive that it has passed away before we were aware that it was passing, unless we make something about it.
According to Aristotle, a vice comes from ignorance, and on the other hand, knowledge generates virtue. Here are some philosophical arguments that support our posture about time as a vice of humanity. Time is used with greed and arrogance. A vice comes from greed and arrogance. Therefore, time is a vice. Humans take for granted time. Time is limited. Therefore, humans don't take advantage of the limited time as they should. On the other hand, some philosophers don't agree with the idea that time is the worst vice of all. Because as we already know, vices are negative character traits that we develop in response to the same emotions and urges. Typical vices include cowardice, insensibility, injustice, and vanity. This can lead to think that time isn't a vice because time itself does not have any of these descriptions, but that is exactly what we're defending. Time itself isn't bad, but when we humans make use of it, we turn it into vice, wanting to consume it all and continue living without actually enjoying it.
Time can become the worst vice of all if you don't take responsibility of it. Time is like a new toy. Every day gives you an opportunity to have fun, enjoy, and live new experiences with freedom. It's your choice if you want to take care of it and make the most out of this beautiful gift that life gives you, or choose to ignore it and let it pass through you. To manage to control time and achieve a change in the way you perceive time, you need to open your eyes and embrace reality. Look at what surrounds you. Give yourself the time to make a reflection of yourself. You need to stop surviving for a second and start living for the double. The end of the video is here. We hope you like this topic. See you next time.